Hey everyone, welcome to my Patreon. I've been trying to find the best space in my small house. I think this might work. At least you can see my whole body now when I stand up. So, thank you, Lisa and Sarah, for signing up. I'm really excited. Lisa requested some hamstrings, hips, and core, so that's what we're gonna work on. Hopefully, about an hour. So we'll lie down on the back to start. And you can just take your feet about hips distance. Place your hands on the belly and just take a breath in and out. And then interlace your fingers behind your head. I forgot to mention you may want straps and a block. I keep forgetting that if you have that. And then exhale, lift your chest and see if you can think about taking it straight up instead of forward, which it will go a little bit forward, but think about reaching the chest up towards the ceiling. And then as you inhale, release it down. Exhale, lift the chest, keep the elbows wide. And inhale, release. Knees are bent and feet on the mat. Exhale, lift the chest. Inhale, release. And exhale, lift using the core, not pulling on the neck. And then release. Couple more like that. Exhale. Inhale. Two more like that. Last one. All right, and then cross your right ankle over your left thigh and bring your left thigh in, interlacing fingers behind. And that figure four stretch. Send your right thigh away from you. One more breath. And then set your left foot down. Take your left hand behind your head, your right arm alongside your body. As you exhale, take your left elbow up and over towards your right knee. Inhale, release. Exhale, left elbow up and over towards your right knee. And then inhale, release. We'll do 8 more of those. Exhale, 3. Inhale, release. Taking your time. Exhale, 4. Exhaling up and over for 5. Exhale up and over 6. Inhale, release. Exhale, 7. And release. Exhale, 8. And release. Exhale, 9. And release. Exhale, 10. And release. We'll take the right foot to the mat, cross your left ankle over your right thigh. Take your left hand through the keyhole and the right hand around behind, interlacing fingers behind your right thigh, bringing it in, flexing your left foot, resting your head down if you can. Then set your right foot down. Take your right hand behind your head, left arm along beside you. Exhale, take your right elbow up and over towards your left knee for 10. And lower. And up and over 9. And lower. And 8. Lower. 7. Lower. 6. Lower. 5. Lower. 4. Lower. And up and over for 3. Lower. Last 2. And last one. And release that. And do we do the stretch on this side? Yep. All right. All right. And then we will hug both knees into the chest. And then exhale, lift your head, neck, and shoulders. Keep your right leg hugged in and extend the left leg. And then switch. The left knee comes in, hug it in, extend the right, and then switch and switch. So this is single leg stretch and Pilates. We'll go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug it in, rest the head down. And then set your left foot down, keep your right knee hugged in. If you have a strap, take that strap around the ball of your right foot, or you can just interlace fingers behind your thigh. If you have the strap, take one end of the strap in each hand. Extend your left leg and breathe here. So notice if your right hip is kinking out to the side. See if you can pin it in and send it forward, the right hip, outer hip crease forward. Awesome. And then rebend your left knee and then just switch. So we'll set the right foot down and we'll extend the left leg, either interlacing fingers behind it or taking that strap around the ball of your left foot, one end of the strap in each hand, extending your right leg forward on the mat and keeping that leg active, the right toes flexed up towards the ceiling, and then noticing if your left hip is kinking out to the left, and then see if you can pin it in and extend it forward. Good. And then release that, and we'll bring the knees in and then extend both legs up towards the ceiling. Exhale, lift your head, neck, and shoulders, walk your hands up your right leg, and drop your left leg to about a V, where your legs make a V. And then we'll switch. We'll bring the left leg in as you lift head, neck, and shoulders. and then switch and switch and switch and switch in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, one more. I think I started on the right. And then release. Hug it in, rest it down. And we will rock and roll to the all fours. Or you can just roll off to one side and get to the all fours however you would like. So we'll bring the wrists under shoulders and the knees under the hips. For cat-cow, inhaling to drop the belly, draw the heart through the arms. Exhale to press the mat away and round into your back. Inhale, bring the chest forward, arch the back. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. And exhale, round. Awesome. And then find neutral. May want blocks framing the front foot. We're going to step the right foot forward. And you may want to pad up your back knee. We're going to inhale, reach up through the arms, press down through the feet, and then interlace your fingers behind you and roll your shoulders back. Awesome. And then release, hands to blocks or the mat. We'll straighten this right leg, flexing the toes towards your nose and drawing your right hip back, reaching the chest forward. All right, and then we'll bend back into the right knee. We'll heel toe the foot over to the right, bringing the hands down inside your right foot, or the hands can be on blocks. For lizard, and if you would like, you can tuck the back toes and lift the back knee. And we'll take one more breath here. And then spin to the left. So coming into a wide angle fold towards the long edge of the mat. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen, and then walk yourself back towards the front of the mat. Lower the back knee, come back to the all fours. Step your left foot forward. You can pad up your right knee if you need to. Inhale, press through the feet. Reach up for a low lunge. Interlace your fingers the awkward way or the other way and roll your shoulders open. Lift your chest. And then hands come down, straighten this left leg. Hands can be on blocks or the mat. Pulling your left hip back a little bit as you reach your heart forward. Good. And then bend back into the left knee, heel toe the foot over to the left. Bring the hands inside, either on the block or the mat. And you can either keep your back knee down or you can tuck your back toes and lift the back knee. Keep pressing into your left foot, trying to melt the heart, softening in between the shoulder blades. And then turn to the right. So we're coming into a wide angle fold towards the long edge of the mat. You might have to adjust your feet where the toes line up, outer edges of the feet parallel. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. And then inhale, lengthen. We'll walk ourselves back towards the front of the mat. Lower your back knee. Come to the all fours again. We'll walk the hands a little forward of your shoulders. Spread the fingers wide. Tuck the toes and lift your hips up and back for our first down dog. Feel free to pedal out the feet. Bend one knee, straighten the other leg, and then bend the other knee, straighten the opposite leg. And as you're doing that, make sure your fingers are spread wide, your forearms firm in while your biceps spin forward. And you're just firming up through the arms. And then start to be still, bend your knees a little bit, kind of shine your sits bones up towards the ceiling. Then you can start to straighten the legs any amount, keeping that length in the back. Inhale, float forward to plank, shift your shoulders over your wrists, and then lower the knees, thighs, pelvis, belly, chest. Untuck the toes, slide the hands down a little bit, hug your elbows in. Inhale, lift your chest just barely, where you're using your back muscles and not your arms to lift. And then exhale, all fours, and then back to down dog. Good. Now step the feet closer together. Inhale, reach your right leg up and back, and we'll keep the hips level. Exhale, step your right foot through, or you can pick it up and put it there to low lunge with the back knee up. And then make sure you're stable and inhale on up to high lunge. Interlace your fingers and roll your chest open. And then hands come down either to blocks or the mat. We'll straighten this right leg. I'm going to come up high onto my blocks. So the back heel is up. It's like a modified pyramid. Good. And then bend back into the knee, heel toe the right foot over, bring the hands down inside for lizard. Just a breath here, breath or two here. And then once again, we'll walk it over to the left. So wide angle fold towards the long edge of the mat. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold. Any amount. Inhale, lengthen. Walk yourself back towards the front of the mat to a lunge. Step back to down dog. Inhale, rock forward to plank. Lower the knees, thighs, pelvis, belly, chest. Untuck the toes. Inhale, lift the chest, tops of the feet stay down. And then make your way back to down dog. It can be through plank or all fours. Meeting back in down dog. Nice. Step your feet together. Inhale the left leg up and back. Rolling your outer left hip down, keeping the hips level. Exhale, step the left foot quietly forward. Make sure you're steady, and inhale, reach the arms up for high lunge. Interlace your fingers the awkward way Roll your shoulders open, lift your chest. Hands come down to blocks or the mat. Straighten your left leg. Good, and then bend back into the knee. We'll take the hands inside the left foot, taking about 2 breaths in lizard with the back knee up. And then spin to the right, long edge of the mat, wide angle fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. And then inhale, lengthen. We'll walk ourselves back to a lunge at the top of the mat. Step back to down dog. And you can either stay right here in down dog, or once again, we'll inhale, rock forward to plank. Lower the knees, thighs, pelvis, belly, chest. Bring your hands this time under your shoulders. Inhale, lift your chest so you might come up a little higher. It's okay to use some of your arms. And then exhale, release. We'll push back up through plank and then down dog. Awesome. Then we'll inhale the right leg up and back. We'll bend the knee and roll the hip open this time. Exhale, step the foot through for warrior 2. Pivot and plant your back heel and cartwheel open to warrior 2. So the right knee's over the right ankle. You're bending into that knee. The back leg is strong. We'll take one more breath. And then straighten the right leg, shift your hips back, reach as far as you can forward. Bring your right hand to block, shin, foot, or floor, and reach your left arm straight up out of your shoulder. And then lengthen through your side body. You can gaze up at your top hand. And then let that top arm pull you back up. Warrior 2. And now Skandasana to the back of the mat. So turn your left toes out and bend into your left knee. You can take your blocks with you or just bring your hands down to the mat. And you're coming into that surfer pose. You're on your right heel. Right toes are up towards the ceiling. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. And then we'll go to a lunge towards the front of the mat. So walk yourself back to a lunge, plant your hands, step back to down dog. And this time we'll bring the knees down. We'll bring the forearms down, interlacing fingers. And then make sure you're not just dumping into your shoulders, but you're lifting up, and then step one foot back in the other, and now you're in forearm plank. So I promise some core work. And here we are in forearm plank. You want to have your hips in line with your shoulders, so not this with your booty up in the air. Take one more breath, and then lower down into Sphinx. Release the interlace. Bring your heart forward through your arms. And then we'll press back to child's pose. And then when you're ready, inhale to the all fours, set up for down dog, tuck the toes, and lift the hips up and back. Inhale the left leg up and back. You can bend the knee and roll the hip open. And then as you exhale, step the foot through for warrior two on the second side. So just making sure left knee's over left ankle, left heel intersects with your back arch. Nice 90-degree angle in your left knee. Back leg strong, the inner left knee pressing towards the outer left knee. One more breath. Nice, and straighten your left leg, shift your hips back, reach as far as you can forward. Left hand comes to block shin, foot, or floor on the pinky toe edge of your left foot. Reach your right arm up. Lengthen through your side body. And then option to look up at the right hand. Let the top arm carry you back up. Warrior two. And then Skandasana towards the back of the mat. So turn your right toes out, bend into your right knee, come up onto your left heel. You can bring your hands down to the mat, or you can have them on blocks like me. Doesn't matter if your right heel comes up, mine does. Take one more breath. And then walk yourself to a lunge at the top of the mat. Plant your hands, step back to down dog. Lower your knees, lower your forearms, and then step one foot back and then the other for forearm plank. Reach your chest forward, press the backs of the knees up, reach your heels back. Use your whole body, your legs, your core, arms. Lower all the way down, release into Sphinx. Reach your chest forward. And then find a child's pose. Inhale, all fours. Set up for down dog, walking your hands a little bit forward, tucking the toes, lifting the hips up and back. And then we'll inhale the right leg up and back. Exhale, step it through or help it up there. Inhale, high lunge. Firm your inner thighs in. And then hands to heart. Pitch your chest forward. And then warrior three. You might baby hop your back foot forward. Float your left leg. Roll your outer left hip down. Reach through that back leg. You can either point the toe or flex the foot. And hands come down either to blocks or the mat. We're reaching that left heel higher. So standing split. Good. And then set the left foot down by the right. Forward fold. Inhale, half. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half. We'll step your right foot back into a lunge. And then inhale, come on up to high lunge. Good. Hands to heart. Pitch your chest forward. Warrior three. Baby hop the back foot forward. Float the right leg. Roll the outer right hip down. Reach the chest forward. Reach through the back leg. Hands come down. Standing split. Reach your right heel high. Good. And then the right foot comes down by the left. Forward fold. Inhale, half. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press through the feet and reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. All right, so we'll shift the weight into your right foot and bring the left sole of the foot anywhere above or below your right knee. So tree pose, and it's a hip opener because you're letting your left hip open up so the knee moves back without force. You press the foot into the leg and the leg into the foot. You find a spot to focus on. Maybe you reach your arms up. And then bring your left knee forward. Either keep it bent or see if you can extend the leg forward. Try not to lean back. Use your core. Breathe. And then warrior three again. So send your left leg back. You can either keep your hands at heart center. You can reach them back. Or for a little more core work, you can reach them forward. Good. And then the hands come down to mat or the blocks. You reach that left heel high. You can walk your hands towards the foot, or you can even take your right hand behind your right calf and come in a little deeper. And then left foot down by the right. Forward fold. Inhale, half. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press through the feet and reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. We'll transfer the weight into the left foot. Bring your right sole of the foot anywhere above or below the knee. Hands to heart. Press the foot into the leg into the foot. Pin your hips in. Right knee moves back without forcing it. Option to take your arms up. Reaching up through arrow straight arms. Now bring your right knee forward. You can keep the knee bent or straighten the leg. I know this is hard. Use your core. Use that thigh. And then send the right leg back to warrior three. Either taking your arms back. Hands can be at heart center, or for more, reach the arms by your ears. Roll your outer right hip down. The leg is straight. The right leg is straight. Hands come down. Reach your right heel high. You can walk your hands a little closer to your left foot. You can bring your left hand behind the left calf and then release. Right foot by the left, forward fold. Inhale, half. Exhale, fold. This time we'll inhale, half. We'll step or hop back to plank. And then shift forward, lower either halfway or all the way. Inhale through up dog or cobra, and exhale down dog. All right, one more set of standing poses. So we'll inhale the right leg up and back. Exhale, step it through and cartwheel open to warrior two. Adjusting my stride so you have a nice length in your stride. And then straighten the leg, shift hips back, triangle pose. And then left hand to your left hip, gaze down at your right foot. You may want to bring a block with you. We're going to step the back foot halfway forward and then see if you can float the leg, plant your hand under your right shoulder or your block under your right shoulder, and maybe a little bit over to the right. So half moon, stacking the hips or towards stacking. Can reach your left arm up. Good. And then reach the left foot way back. See if you can quietly land in warrior two. Good. And then reverse. Cartwheel your arms down. Step back to down dog. Inhale your left leg up and back. We'll go straight to the other side. Step the left foot through. Cartwheel open to warrior two. And then straighten the left leg, shift hips back, triangle pose. Left hand to block shin, foot, or floor. Right arm reaches up. Press down through your big toe mound of your left foot. Right hand to right hip. We'll gaze down at the front foot, step the back foot halfway forward. Take the left hand forward under your left shoulder. See if you can float your right leg. Half moon. Reach your right arm up when you feel steady. Breathe. Nice. When you're ready, reach the right leg way back, landing quietly in warrior two. And reverse. And then cartwheel your arms down and go to down dog, optional vinyasa. You always have the option to rest in child's pose or stay in down dog. And then gaze forward, step or hop to the top. Inhale, half. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press through the feet and reach the arms up. And exhale, hands to heart. Nice work. So we'll take the feet a little wide, the heels in, the toes out, or at least that's how I'm able to squat, and we'll come down into a squat. If you can keep your feet closer or your toes forward, that's fine. I just find this more accessible to have my legs kind of wide, toes turned out. Coming into that squat, hands to heart. I have my elbows inside my knees and I'm kind of pressing them open, keeping the chest broad, and then bringing the hands down behind me and taking a seat. And the feet are around in front. We'll hang on to the backs of the thighs. We'll lean back and find boat. You can reach the arms forward if that's available. keeping broad across your chest. Option to straighten the legs if you can keep the broadness. Good. And then soles of feet together, knees wide. Come into Baddha Konasana. So I'm just holding my ankles. You can hold your feet. And then we'll come up, inhale. Come back to boat, either hanging on to the thighs or reaching the arms forward. And then we're going to see if we can go down to low boat. So bring your low back to the mat, straighten the legs, keep reaching your arms forward and breathe. And then release it all down to the mat. Bend your knees and set your feet on the mat. Make like a diamond shape with your hands and then take it under your sacrum. So where the fingers are kind of free, and then that's kind of hard to keep the shoulders open or the chest broad, but you might kind of tuck your shoulder blades under and down so that you're not all forward rolling with your shoulders, or up towards the ceiling rolling with your shoulders. And then we'll take the legs straight up towards the ceiling, or you can keep them bent for this. See how your low back feels as you exhale and lower the legs to a hover, or actually exhale them back up. So we'll inhale, lower, and exhale up. Actually, it really doesn't matter, inhale or exhale. See which one works best for you. So with the breath, lower the legs to a hover and then bring them back up. Not easy. You can always keep the knees bent and tap the toes and then raise back up. And then lower and back up. We'll do 3 more. I think it's 1 more. I may have lost count. Good. And then set the feet down, release the hands, and we'll set up for interlacing behind the head. Exhale, bring your left shin to tabletop and take your right elbow up and over towards the left knee. Inhale, set everything down at center. Exhale, take the left elbow up and over towards your right knee, shin to tabletop. And then set it down and switch. And inhale down and switch. And then you can either keep with that, or this time, as you bring your right elbow up and over towards your left knee, extend your right leg. And then switch. Left leg extends and switch. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug the knees in, rest the head down. Can rock a little bit side to side. I did promise some core work. Oh. And then keep your right knee hugged in. Extend your left leg on the mat. Take your right arm out to a T and your right knee across the body for a twist, gazing over your right shoulder. And then come back to center. Hug your left knee in. Extend your right leg. Take your left knee across the body. Let your left arm go out to a T. Gaze over your left shoulder. Spin the belly up towards the ceiling. Gently come back to center, bending the knees, setting the feet down, arms by your sides. Press through the feet, lift the hips, and then roll slowly back down. And then press through the feet and lift the hips. And slowly come back down. And then one more time, we'll lift the hips. Option to interlace your fingers under you, kind of rolling your shoulders, rolling onto the outsides of the shoulders. And then slowly come back down. We'll bring the right knee in. Take hold of the outer edge of your right foot and then bring your right knee down by your right armpit. So half happy baby. Option to extend your left leg forward on the mat. And then take your right shin down at an angle and take your left hand to the pinky toe edge of your right foot and your right hand to your right knee, kind of like pigeon on your back. And then lift your head, neck, and shoulders. Maybe you lift your left leg. You might even be able to hook your left eye of the elbow around your right foot and like hook your leg and then release. We'll bend the knees and set the feet down on the mat. We'll bring the left knee in. Take hold of the outer edge of your left foot with your left hand for half happy baby, drawing the left knee down and a little bit out to the left. Extend your right leg on the mat if that's available. And you could always take your strap around if it's difficult or not available. And then take your left shin at an angle across the body. Take your right hand to the outer edge of your left foot and your left hand to your left knee, like pigeon on your back. See if you can float your right leg for a little bit of core. Maybe you hook your right eye of the elbow around the foot. I'm going to stay like this. Breathe. And then release. Hug the knees in. And we'll take full happy baby. Last thing, or almost last thing. Can rock side to side if you like. And then an option to straighten the legs, like wide angle fold on your back. I don't have a lot of space, but you can hold wherever you need to on your legs or hook your peace fingers around your big toe and take that wide angle fold on your back. And then release. Let everything release, extend the legs. Let the feet flop out to the edges of the mat. Let the arms flop out to the sides with the palms up. Release any controlled breathing. And you're always free to take Shavasana however you like. You could even be in seated meditation if it's hard at home to just tune everything out and relax. Or you could be in child's pose or any other position that's comfortable for your body. Either closing the eyes or keeping a soft gaze. Just giving your body time to integrate all we just did. Relaxing the muscles in the face. It's all right if there are thoughts present. Letting go of what you can let go of. So allow your next inhale to be a little deeper. Gently wiggle the fingers and the toes. And reach your arms by your ears and take a stretch. You can start to stretch the legs. And bend one knee at a time. Roll off to your right side. Make a little pillow with the arm or whichever side is best. Resting there a moment, thanking yourself for showing up to your practice. When you're ready, you can use the strength of the arms to slowly press yourself up to any comfortable seated position, sitting up nice and tall, hands to heart. Thank you, Sarah and Lisa, and everyone in the future who has joined this community. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. Namaste.